Welcome to today's ceremony where we will honor the class of 2020 graduates of the Wayne State University School of Medicine. It is my pleasure to preside over the medical school's 152nd commencement ceremony, its first and hopefully last virtual one. While we certainly wish we were gathered in person to commemorate the extraordinary achievements of these graduates, we are delighted that you have joined us today. In early March, a stealth invader made its way into our world, invisibly dismantling our well-made plans, our very lives as we knew them, surrendering both your long-awaited match day and this commencement celebration to a deadly, advancing, microscopic virus has marked my lowest points as your Dean of Student Affairs. Learning to accept the COVID-19 pandemic and the pandemonium that it has introduced to our lives has been painful, especially for you at this pivotal intersection of your medical careers. During these last weeks, your noble response to accepting these decisions and sacrifice to the well-being of your own family members, the community, last 4 years, and your future patients has been truly commendable. We could not be more proud of all of you. I think back to our senior class meeting 1 year ago in the familiar green auditorium when life was yet predictable. I scanned back over the many one-on-one meetings throughout that hot summer with so many of you for your dean's letters where I learned a great deal about you, individually and as a class. You continually amazed me with all that you had accomplished in your time at Wayne and left me feeling proud and excited that the rest of the country would soon meet you and discover all that you would bring to the table. Early fall brought certification of your residency applications, with the interview season just around the corner. Tens of thousands of logged air miles later, you compared and discussed, wondered about and weighed your options. Winter came when rank order lists were checked and rechecked before relinquishing them to the Nobel Prize winning match algorithm to determine your fate. Meanwhile, my amazing staff was busy preparing the grandest of celebrations to mark your extraordinary accomplishments and this mile marker in your lives, alongside your classmates, friends, family, faculty, and the entire administration. So as COVID-19 takes its course, we will celebrate anyway in unexpected and novel ways to mark this memorable moment in your lives, individually and as a class. Coronavirus may have felled our grand commencement, but it has not destroyed our resolve. Your extraordinary achievements stand as a testament to what we knew about you all along and what the rest of the world will now discover, that you are second to none in your academic achievements, your commitment to service, your clinical preparedness, and your warrior spirit. Congratulations and God bless you, class of 2020.
Good afternoon to each of you on this very special day for both the School of Medicine and the university. On behalf of the Board of Governors, it's my pleasure to welcome all the graduates of the School of Medicine's class of 2020. Congratulations, doctors. You've worked hard to reach this point, and you should be proud as we are of what you've accomplished. Wayne State University is an outstanding institution, and today you join the ranks of more than 250,000 alumni who call our university their alma mater. Your dedication and commitment have brought you to this moment and have set the path for your future success. On the occasion of his inauguration, Nelson Mandela remarked, "Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are all-powerful beyond measure." While such power can be immensely flattering, it can also be overwhelming, for with great power comes great responsibility. But we know you are up to the task. The medical profession provides unending opportunities to share your talents and gifts with others. I hope that you look forward to this aspect of your profession, and I know that you will give support, guidance, knowledge, and care to your patients. They will rely on you, and we will appreciate your rising to the challenge. I saw a recent quote by Hippocrates that stuck with me, and I think it's fitting for today's ceremony. Wherever the art of medicine is loved, there is also a love of humanity. I believe each of you, as Wayne State graduates, will embody that love of humanity in the treatment of your patients and in your interactions with others. Congratulations from the Board of Governors and the entire Wayne State community. We extend to each of you our deepest and best wishes for much success and fulfillment.
It is now my pleasure to introduce the 12th President of Wayne State University, Dr. M. Roy Wilson.
Thank you. Students, congratulations. Today you are officially the 2020 graduates of the Wayne State University School of Medicine. It is my privilege to call you colleagues. And yes, Mom and Dad, you can officially tell all your friends that your son or daughter is a doctor. I know this virtual experience wasn't what you had hoped for as you worked toward this day. We didn't expect it either. But I guarantee we will remember this for the rest of our lives. As for the non-graduates viewing this event, the family and friends of our graduates, you have made your own sacrifices to help our graduates pursue this most noble of callings. We owe you a debt of gratitude for your patience, for helping to guide your loved ones on a path to becoming a doctor, for encouraging them when they didn't think they would make it. It's been quite a long time since I earned my medical degree. I was actually expecting to celebrate my 40th reunion with my classmates in Boston just a week ago. Throughout those 40 years, I've had a front row seat to a fascinating period of scientific discovery and technological advancement. But some things don't change. I remember with crystal clarity the advice I received many years ago when I was in your shoes, just beginning on the path of my medical career. It came from one of my professors, and I made this lesson the subject of my chairman's address at the AAMC annual meeting not long ago. My professor said to me, "Be good to medicine, and medicine will be good to you." I didn't fully understand his message at the time. I do now. Be good to medicine. I take that to mean respect medicine. Commit yourself fully to your discipline, and always, no matter what, act in the best interests of your patients. Medicine will be good to you. There is no calling more sacred. It will give you a personal fulfillment that very few people in other professions will ever experience. This fulfillment is deep, and it will sustain you through the heights and depths of your career. The medical advances you will experience in the next 40 years will greatly surpass those of the past 40 years. This could pose daunting dilemmas, both for you and your field. But because of your education at Wayne State, you are prepared to meet them. The advice I received so many years ago is as relevant now as ever before. So remember, be good to medicine, and I assure you, medicine will be good to you. Enjoy every minute of this great day and the days ahead. Again, congratulations.
Our next distinguished speaker is Dr. Jack Sobel, who served as our beloved Dean of Wayne State University School of Medicine over the last 5.5 years from 2014 to 2020. Throughout his tenure as Dean, Dr. Sobel exhibited a profound dedication to what he described as the lifeblood of the School of Medicine, and its richest jewels are wonderful medical students. Collectively, we thrived under his capable leadership, aspiring to the ideals he embodied as a skilled clinician, an accomplished scientist, and as a superb individual. He is a professor of medicine and longtime member of the faculty with extensive experience in both clinical practice and medical administration. Dr. Sobel is a widely published and strongly funded physician researcher in the area of infectious disease and was previously chair of the Department of Internal Medicine. Dr. Sobel is also professor of immunology and microbiology and of obstetrics and gynecology. His steady and tireless efforts on our behalf have instilled in each of us the essence of a Wayne Warrior, MD. We are proud to have him deliver our keynote address on this historic day.
President Wilson, the Board of Governors, members of the President's Cabinet, Dean Schweitzer, and fellow faculty, greetings. To the class of 2020, congratulations. I shepherded you into the School of Medicine in 2016, and I'm honored to see you launched into your careers in a matter of days. Your lives are about to change dramatically as you embark on a journey that has stimulated, challenged, and fulfilled me for almost 55 years. The coronavirus has deprived you of a match day celebration and a graduation ceremony. I, together with the whole faculty, am saddened that you have been deprived of these rites of passage. The pandemic has dominated all our lives for the last 4 months, so I need to address the consequences. For you, the least effect has been the loss of a month or two of additional hospital rounding experience enforced to protect your safety. You will make up this loss rapidly and easily over the course of your residencies. The other effects are much more profound and relevant. It is imperative that we recognize what the pandemic has revealed, the extraordinary systemic inequities that have defined life locally for far too long, the high mortality rate in citizens of Detroit, not only as a result of the enormous number of comorbidities in this population, but consequent upon societal inequalities that diminished access of the vulnerable to basic health care. COVID-19 has laid bare the woeful inequities facing the underprivileged population in the richest country in the world. As physicians, you have a moral and ethical obligation not only to each and every one of your patients, but also to the greater society we live in. You have a responsibility to contribute to an effective healthcare infrastructure and safety net. The pandemic has emerged as an epidemic of hardship and tragedy, instilling everyone with a sense of anxiety and fear, but also presenting us all with the opportunity to create the desperately needed healthcare infrastructure and a more just world. How has the coronavirus affected you personally? Historically, physicians have always been aware of the personal risk of contagion. The centuries passed with pandemics of plague, cholera, smallpox, typhus, the influenza pandemic of 1918-1919, to mention but a few. The introduction of vaccines and antibiotics in the 1950s and 60s drastically reduced personal risk to practitioners. So, for almost 70 years in North America, with rare exceptions such as TB, HIV, and SARS, physicians have experienced no fear and no risk attached to their chosen career. The coronavirus has changed this dynamic. Graduating medical students have always had some anxiety facing new responsibility as interns. In the next few months, although the majority of your patients you encounter will be COVID PCR positive, you have to recognize that gradually there will be a progressive increase in non-COVID-19 patients. This additional anxiety is reasonable and should be viewed in the right perspective, and you should not allow it to paralyze you. Your future dedicated to saving lives requires sacrifices, probably not a consideration or conversation prior to February this year. Only 5 years ago, when you participated in medical school admissions interviews, you sincerely stated, "I want to help people." As clinicians, the pandemic offers you the opportunity to take on that role as never before. During the summer, when you commence your residency training, medical life, and in fact all aspects of life, will not be what you expected when you started your training. Even prior to the epidemic, rapid changes in all aspects of clinical and non-clinical life had emerged. The electronic era was upon us. Recent studies indicate that residents spend 40 to 50% of their day in front of a computer screen, filling out documentation, reviewing charts, and placing orders. Time spent with patients is on the decline. As technology guides our care of patients at a distance, doctors focus on the screen rather than on the patient. This entire process has been massively enhanced by COVID-19, both with the use of PPE, isolation, and quarantine. Headlines in the medical and lay press, however, praise the virtues of telehealth. There is no going back to the old dispensation. but I support what Roger Cohen of the New York Times calls the monster of modernity. It must be slowed. Will you ever be able to touch your patients without gloves? Accompanying telehealth, clinical skills inevitably atrophy and may never be acquired. In the midst of the pandemic, it would be irresponsible, however, for me to suggest any minimal deviation from the strict isolation precautions currently needed. Telehealth measures have exploded in both the outpatient and inpatient arenas and can be useful, but cannot and should not replace human contact in either the process of diagnosis or therapy. In the future, a continued loss of physical contact will be a gigantic step backwards. There is no substitute for physical contact, the first step in creating trust, a powerful, irreplaceable, and enduring indication of your caring. Physical examination is a privilege and forges a non-verbal link. You simply cannot outsource humanism. Seek and demand direct patient-centered care in the promoting and maintaining the human connections that can sustain you. In addition, remember that in clinical medicine, 3 things are important: diagnosis, diagnosis, diagnosis. This principle is critical in meeting your expectations, in seeking a fulfilling professional career, and achieving patient-physician trust, the very foundation of the relationship with your patient. Try to remember my words to remind you of all the values we have instilled in the last 4 years. Charles Dickens wrote, "It is the best of times and the worst of times. The pandemic exposed the worst of society's inadequacies, but soon you will enter your residencies to enjoy the best of times. Indeed, the most gratifying outcome of your years of hard work and dedication. Not for 100 years has a graduating class been called to step into the future with more purpose, energy, vision, and hope than the class of 2020. Congratulations as you go forward to meet the infinitely challenging rewards of your chosen career. Good luck and enjoy."
And now it's my pleasure to introduce Dean of Wayne State School of Medicine, Mark Schweitzer. In addition to his leadership role in the School of Medicine as Vice President of Wayne State University Health Affairs, Dr. Schweitzer works with the Deans of Wayne State's College of Nursing and the Eugene Applebaum College of Pharmacy and Health Sciences on clinical training issues, strengthening collaboration between the 3 schools to advance interprofessional, team-based approaches to healthcare. An outstanding medical scholar and educator, Dean Schweitzer has served in many hospital and medical practice roles. He has published extensively and holds a number of medical patents. This is his inaugural commencement ceremony with us, so please join me in welcoming Dean Schweitzer.
Hello, and welcome to this very special occasion. I am proud to have recently joined Wayne State University as the Dean of the Wayne State University School of Medicine, and even prouder to address you during your commencement. Your accomplishments are no less significant because of this first virtual commencement. You and your families have every right to be proud and to celebrate this important milestone. The current pandemic may have altered this tradition, but it certainly has not halted it. You have been tested by the rigorous demands of all Wayne State medical education and by the COVID-19 pandemic. In the years to come, I believe you will find that this has made you better physicians. This experience has proven your mettle, and for this, among all your accomplishments, you should be justifiably proud. Your many efforts to confront the virus and care for our community have been inspirational and are emblematic of the Wayne State tradition. Today, you become the next generation of a legacy founded over 150 years ago. You should be proud to now be a continuum of that legacy. You will become living examples of the type of physicians we train. Our School of Medicine is built upon a solid foundation of education and of service that service being to our community. You are now the next layer in that foundation. I am certain that you will enhance this reputation as you develop your own brilliant futures. As you embark upon your residencies and launch your careers, I ask you to do 4 things. First, in these uncertain times, please stay safe. Second, maintain your sense of patient-centered care as a valued member of healthcare teams that you will shortly join. Third is to change the world. That may sound like a tall order, but as physicians, you truly change the world every day, so that tall order is actually easy. And lastly, keep in touch with your School of Medicine so that I and the entire faculty may celebrate your many successes to come. It gives me great pleasure to say at this time, congratulations, doctors.
Thank you, Dean Schweitzer. Now it gives me great pleasure to welcome Dr. Jack Folby, President of the Wayne State University Medical Alumni Association. Dr. Folby specializes in anesthesiology and is affiliated with several area hospitals. He and his family are true Wayne State Warrior MDs. Dr. Folby graduated from the School of Medicine in 1989. His brother Adam graduated in 2001, and his daughter Alana is a member of the class of 2021. Now that is a proud legacy family. Please welcome Dr. Jack Folby.
Thank you. Hello, I am Dr. Jack Folby from the class of 1989. As the newly elected president of Wayne State University School of Medicine Alumni Association, I have the honor and privilege of welcoming you, the class of 2020, into our alumni family. Some of our graduates have parents, grandparents, or siblings who have received their medical degree from Wayne State. So congrats to our legacy graduates and their legacy family. And if you're the first in your family to graduate from our medical school, then it's an opportunity to start your legacy. The Medical Alumni Association has proudly supported you throughout your 4 years in medical school and will continue to support you throughout your medical career. Please send us news of your accomplishments so we can share them with our more than 23,000 alumni across the country and around the world. And like those alumni who, before you, took responsibility for supporting you, you now have a responsibility to support, mentor, and connect with the students who will follow. Of course, it's disappointing that you can't celebrate this milestone in person, but hopefully many of your family, members, and friends who may not have made it in person, even despite this pandemic, can tune in and enjoy with us your well-deserved achievement. And P.S., parking at graduation was always a nightmare. Since executive orders are in vogue these days, I, with the support of our board, have ordered a free 1-year Medical Association membership to each 2020 graduate. Actually, I can't take credit for this because the Alumni Association has graciously provided this gift before. So take advantage of the many benefits that come with this membership and load up on some Warrior Med School swag. I'd like to close by sharing with you my experience as a medical student, combating a deadly virus. It also introduced our classmates to PPE, and we had no treatment. It was an epidemic. It was AIDS. But unbeknown to most, in the early 1980s, Dr. Lawrence Crane, a graduate of Wayne State Medical School class of '66, began to change the lives of thousands living with HIV when he decided to provide medical care to those with AIDS. His leadership later made the School of Medicine's adult HIV program Michigan's largest provider of medical care for those living with AIDS, using a combination of drugs created by Jerome Horwitz, a genius PhD who worked next door at Carmanos. Today, there are Wayne State students and graduates doing research on COVID, and there is no doubt that some of you and your alumni will be impactful in ridding the world of this plague. Therefore, on behalf of our Warrior alumni, we welcome you as our colleagues and look forward to a long and productive relationship as we all work together to make our world a better place. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Folby, for your inspiring remarks on this special occasion. Now I would like to introduce the president of the class of 2020, David Galavani.
Your class senate expresses our congratulations to you for your graduation. This is surely a proud moment for you, your family, friends, and colleagues as you begin your career as a physician, especially during this unique moment in medical history. You are becoming a physician during a pandemic, which will change the way people live their daily lives, interact with each other, and ultimately the way we practice medicine. You have the potential to make a lasting impact within your chosen specialty, and we all have no doubt that you certainly will. I am humbled and proud to be graduating with this cohort of outstanding physicians. Our classmates have accomplished so many great things in such a short amount of time. We have changed the landscape of medicine through enacting legislation, remarkable research, community engagement, academic excellence, and more. Every classmate I have interacted with has left me inspired by their passion, ingenuity, and resilience. It has been an honor serving as your president, and as we move forward, we will remember our times in medical school fondly and hope to follow your career closely with excitement. I'll see you at the reunions.
Now I would like to introduce Dr. Richard Baker, Vice Dean of Medical Education. Dr. Baker will administer the oath to our class. Dr. Baker.
Will the members of the class of 2020 please stand wherever you are and repeat each phrase of the professional oath of the class after me. I invite all physicians joining us today to rise and join the newest members of our honored profession in speaking the oath. I do solemnly swear by all that I hold most sacred that according to my ability and judgment,
I will in every particular keep this my oath and covenant.
I pledge to dedicate myself to the service of humanity and to honor the noble traditions of the medical profession. To hold those who have taught me this art as equal to my parents and to live my life in partnership with them.
To give to my teachers the respect and gratitude which is their due. To regard my colleagues equally with my brethren.
And to teach this art by precept, by lecture, and by every other mode of instruction to those who practice the healing arts. As a physician, I will maintain the ultimate dignity of life while guiding its arrival, protecting its course, and easing its natural passage from this world.
I will offer to those who seek my aid not only my knowledge and skills, but my warmth and compassion as well.
Whatever in the lives of those I shall see or hear, either in my practice or outside of my practice, which should not be made public, this will I hold in silence.
I will conduct myself with honesty and virtue. With conscience and dignity will I live my life and practice my art.
In all circumstances, I will consider every individual as equal, without regard to race, creed, or gender, refusing no one my help.
I will abstain from every act of injustice and corruption.
Above all, I will
do no harm. I
freely take this oath and will maintain the noble traditions of my profession, always tempering my science with warmth and humility of the true physician. Graduates, you may now switch your tassels from the right to the left. Congratulations, doctors, and welcome to the profession of medicine.
Christy Abraham. Fariza Afzal. Brandon David Algren. Abid Ahmad. Yusuf Rashid Ahmed. Alec Vahan Francisco Ayello. Oluwatofeinti Akande. Diana Alloway. Hani Alhurani. Eric Applebach. Samantha Arsenault. Firas Eskar, Fatima Ayub, Lubna Ayubi, Fareshte Azad, Rabia Basif, William Bachman, Brent Backus, Andrew John Basinski, Mohammed Bakar, Raphael Banoob, Aaron Barletta, Eliezer Barmir, Arya Basiri, Raven Alexa Bachon, Salah Bazi, Mohammed Hassan Beydoun, Jedediah Bell, Selson Belton, John Bergeson, Brandon Burka, Madeline Birschbeck, Serena Beydoun, Sanjay Bhatt, Nina Behani, Kevin Black, Eric Martin Blumenfeld, Renita Bowler, Alec Bonifer, Sarah Helena Bonilla Larson, Robin Bonomi, Kirsty Boykin, Alan Brazier, Joseph Brazier, Richard Bremer, Justin Allen Mahiv Bria, Christina Bruno, Dominique Boltzma, Robert Burns, Evan Cameron, Erica Carter, Chelsea Carver, Carson Castellani, Christian Cavacheche, Ankush Chandra, Carl Charlson, Sadaf Chowgle, Lawrence Chen, Monique Cheng, Joanne Choi, Jillian Chop, Matthew Chuang, Christine Chimatero, David Clausen, Christopher Clement, Daniel Cole, Eric Collins, Louise Colo, Peter Conrad, Mark Cooks II, Christopher Cooney, Elizabeth Curtis, Ashley DeGostini, Edwin David, John Dacko, James Dean, Eric Denha, Nikita Desai, Sabrina Diefenbach, Amanda Beth Dooley, Alyssa Drabick, Benjamin Levi Drumright, Brandon Duncan, Lee Durdwan, Allison DeCaco, Justin Elba, Andrew Elalum, John Ellenbaz, Nadim George Elhaj, Morgan Ellis, Ashley Irwin, Khalid Atir, Michelle Eventoff, Enyereugo Chinamiram Ezegwemba, Maha Fakerdine, Joseph Fakori, Mohammed Faki, Benjamin Farrell, Amanda Ferris, Aaron Feeney, Valeria Fernandez, Dominic Fleifel, Audrey Fotuhi, Brendan Franz, Ryan Friedman, Laith Frage, Joseph Daniel Friedley, Joshua Gahn, Michael Nathaniel Gaona, Joshua Tier Gaudet, Christina Guh, David Gelovani, Evan Gelzide, Ali Gandor, Jennifer Gilbert, Kevin Ginnebaugh, Adam Gorman, Shaiwanda Govan, Madison Grasty, Robert Gren, Matthew Gross, Neha Gupta, Liliana Haddad, Mira Saman Hamame, Melissa Hanish, Zishan Hawk, Melanie Hartenian, Emma Teresa Hickman, Jordan Olivia Holloway, H.Shu Hong, Jason Horowitz, Ali Hurani, Tammy Shaw, Miles Hudson, Fawaz Hussein, Tyler Ice, Adiola Ishola, Dennis Jackson, Megha Jagannathan, Benjamin James, Jay Gerodia, Ali Jawad, Latoya Marie Jean-Pierre, Reba Susan John, Matthew Johnson, Ashley Jones, Tamaz Jonadian, Lauren Giuliano, Diana Keikos, Andrew Karam, Nalushi Rajitha Karunamuni, Orvashi Kadiar, Virginia Kaufman, Brandon Kennedy, Narendra Kalika Prasad, Lisa Khalil, Naomi Kiss, Eric Klomperens, Joshua Kovor, Brian Krasnick, Joanna Kukla, Sanjana Kulkarni, Henry Kwan, Ross Kynest, Maxwell Laws, Andrew James Lee, Daniel LaCours, Anna Lee. Hojun Lee. Anthony Lemieux. Veronica Lawalski. Irvin Lien. Dandrick Randlim. Michael Laziski. Jeremy Tolentino Lanigas. Richard Loy. Lisa Lobsher. Stephanie Ann Lucas. Karen Lee. Quentin Mandel. Emily Kathleen Marlowe. Georgiana Maruska. Casey McCullum. Adam McMillan. Megan McNitt. Michael Myers. Laura Ann Miller. Matthew J. Miller. Victoria Mladenovic. Dawlat Ali Mohammed. Sarah Mohammed. Hassan Jihad Mozahim. Danielle Murphy. Ellen Curtin Murphy. Swapna Musiner. Anum Nasim. Hassan Nasruddin. Noor Nasiri. Zainab Nasser. Alyssa Nesbitt. Lauren Newhouse. Michael Nissan. Allison Nuzikabe. Brianna Novitsky. Caden Nowak. Sean O'Leary. Ucheze Onanuju. John Aurelian. Sarah Autumn. Ahmed Odif. Ishan Patel. Shayla Patton. Megan Pulaski. John Pelleman. Annika Pewley. Morgan Potter. Alexander Jacob Poznansky. Taylor Pruce. Delisa Abba Achere Quason. Rushi Rashmal, Ali Rahim, Tassin Rahman, Diksha Ratnam, Bailey Ray, Patrick Reedy, Matthew Rolane, Tariq Sanjid, Kirthana Shankar, Louise Barbara Suwaya, Nicole Elizabeth Schnabel, Joseph Sita, Ezra Sheikh, John Raymond Shanley, Tushar Anil Shetty, Mohammed Kareem Shukari, Dustin Silsky, Andrew Smith, Zoe Indigo Smith, Michael Sobolik, Preethi Sriranga, Gabrielle Statzer, Ryan Stevens, Hillary Page Stevenson, Amelia Rose Granger Stone, Kyle Strauss, Nicholas Sturla, Lydia Sue, Aisha Hirmath Sundaram, Raviteja Suryadevara, Diana Savinarich, Vishwas Tawari, Zachary Patrick Tolstaika, Stephen Townsend, Christopher Trepanier, Hamilton Trin, Julia Sinberg, Charles Suvalis, Delara Turk, Annika Van Weeren, Isaac Van Dam, Gautam Velichami, Ron Vidri, Maria Veronica Claire Vielar, Kurt Wilhelm, Alexander Williams, Andrew Yan, Bilal Zeftawi, Jessica Zhang, Michael Zhao, Paul Zloyutro, Huda Zreek, congratulations. We're so proud of you, and we actually have one last surprise for you before you leave us. Each of you will be getting a box like this, marked fragile, in your, well, it won't fit in your mailbox, but you'll get it delivered to your residence by the end of June. And what it is a beautiful commemorative frame to frame your large diplomas. So we are very pleased to present you with that as a special gift for just your class. We've never done this before. It probably won't happen again, but we wanted to make sure that you had this beautiful commemorative gift from the School of Medicine, from the alumni office, to hang on your walls for the rest of your careers and to remember us by. So we wish you all the best again, doctors, and we just couldn't be more proud.